Welcome back to Briggs on Books, our international talk show where we talk to authors from all over the world about their book, their inspiration, their process, how do they get it done. Most of us can't get our first book published, and there's people like our first guest, Kelly Anne Manuel, who's done dozens. It looks like a dozen books. How many do you have, Kelly Anne?
Well, gosh, Mike, I have 31.
31 books. Oh, my goodness. And are they all children's books? Nursery rhymes, you said.
They sure are. They are modern day nursery rhymes for children. And yeah, there's 31. That's one book for every day of the longest month.
That's great. Now, how did you start this? When did you start this?
Gosh, I'm an uncommon author. I only started writing in late March of 2022.
Okay.
And I got into this amazing flow, and I heard the poetry. The poetry came alive. I heard it in my mind. I heard it in my heart. And I just wrote like crazy. And I realized that the poetry was meant to be converted into nursery rhyme format along the lines of, say, a Hans Christian Andersen, or even, the famous Dr. Seuss, along those lines. And I immediately set to work. And in 14 days, I had 27 manuscripts,
oh my goodness.
and the art all ready to go. I was ready, yeah. And then within the next few days, I had all 31. And I even wrote more than that in that time frame, but I had to cap it. And that's when I came up with the 31 for a book a day. Yeah.
Now, I don't understand. Were you a poet, or this poetry just came through you?
It just came for me late in life. I've been through some things in my life journey, and I did a lot of work. And the more work I did, the more of my true self came to light.
Wow.
And with the true self came the poems. I compare it to an older home that you may go into and you want to modernize it, and you're hoping for hardwoods under the shag carpet. And you pull back that corner of the shag carpet, and there's the linoleum, and you pull that back, and you're like, there's the hardwoods. Well, the books were always there. They were always the hardwoods, but there was, 70s, shag carpet, and maybe 80s linoleum or whatever that had to be pried back to get to the books.
So the books were always there, just waiting to be discovered.
Yes, they were always there. Wow. I'm sure of it. Absolutely.
Now, who are these for? Little kids, or for the parents to read to the kids?
Gosh, you pick an age group when you write, and I chose 4 to 8 year olds, but I have had as young as 8-month-old babies respond to the books. And I do feel that, once again, on the lines of a Hans Christian Andersen, there is something for every adult who interacts with my books that they will gleam or that will resonate, because they have that kind of charm to them, because they rhyme and they have layers, right? So something a parent will gleam, or a librarian or a teacher or an auntie or an uncle, might be very different from what the child will gleam, but they will gleam something as they're being entertained. The whole idea is to make it fun. And that's what they are. They're fun. They're entertaining, first and foremost, because you want the child to fall in love with reading and the adventure of the books and the adventure of literature and what that means to them. So it's got to be fun.
Yes. Now, I've just been posting some of your books up on the screen while you're describing them. And tell me about the artwork.
Honest to goodness, I curated all the artwork for all the books, and I had it so fast.
Wow.
And what's incredible is the art matches my words so succinctly that it appears that I would have had my own personal illustrator that said, oh, I know the perfect art for these words. And that wasn't the case. I had to curate the art on my own, and I did so whilst in the flow of the writing. And it was just this beautiful synchronicity that came into play. Very much, I describe it very much like Field of Dreams, the movie. All the intuitive hits that Kevin Costner's character responded to and showed up for, that's exactly what I did. And the universe responded. And it was just an amazing period of time that I'll never forget, and that I hope to get involved in again, you know.
A lot of the art is very light and eye-catching and attractive for children. Some of it gets a little dark, like on the Catcher Dream.
The Catcher Dream is one of the most serious. I do a book called The Lost Total, which is about endings, and that's also serious. Now, The Catcher Dream, I do in the synopsis on the back say that the art matches the theme. Mm-hmm. The theme of The Catcher Dream is about boundaries. But to create what a feeling might be like when a child might need a boundary. Yeah. How else to teach it rather than to create it, to create the feeling and the circumstance so that the child, if they find themselves in such a place, has that muscle memory from my story to draw on. That's the whole purpose of The Catcher Dream. And the art is serious, but gosh, it really hits home, and I believe it lands. It really lands with the children.
How many pages are each of these books?
Mostly 21 on average, yeah.
And they're illustrated inside as well?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness, that's a lot of work.
You know, they're kind of considered picture books.
Oh, yeah.
Is really the category of the books. And gosh, the art is such a gift. You know, the art, you have to have both for a child. You just simply have to have both. And, I have converted them into audio and video format as well. Nice. So, the audio books are a feast. I have an amazing narrator named Phil Shane, and I used Pro Audio Voices out of Oregon. And gosh, they are just professionals at what they do. And my audio books, you can check them out on digital libraries like Hoopla and Overdrive. And I say, try before you buy. Yes. Listen to my stories on audio, fall in love with them, and then you're gonna want them for your home library.
I'm sure they're great on audio, but I like to see the pictures and the art. It's so inspiring.
It's really true. Yeah. The audio is just a different path, but it's just part of the buffet. Yeah.
What people who should have these books? I'd send them to Grandma, so when the kids come over, she has these books to read to them. So. Yeah,
because you have guaranteed bonding time. Yeah. These books are they actually create an atmosphere for bonding. And it's a magical kind of thing that I create because all the books were written from my inner child perspective. And so the child is in, whoever the adult is in, and it's a guarantee moment of bonding. And we want as many of those as we can get with children, don't we?
And my other advice, besides getting extras for Grandma's house, is that one thing when your kids are the ages for this book, what they're going to be doing for sure is going to a lot of birthday parties. Wouldn't this be a great gift for kids instead of some toy that will only last a week or something?
Oh, my gosh, absolutely. Because the child will return to the story and will, as they age, it'll land differently for them. Yep. And they'll find something new and they'll find something exciting. And it'll hit them where they are in their journey of development. And that's the gift that these books give. So they're really worth every penny. Yeah. And I say a well-worn book of mine would be a very welcome sight. Yes. I'd love to see that.
And by the way, where can we get these books?
Well, gosh, Balboa Press, Hay House is the bookstore that I published out of. Uh-huh. And that's the best place for me as an author for people to purchase. The books are available on all kinds of different retail venues. They were picked up all over the world, which is really exciting for me. Great, yeah. And, you just pretty much, I say Google me and then find your way to me. However you like, but just find your way.
Find your way. Yeah, this is just very exciting, so creative. So it happens so fast, and I hope you have a lot more in you.
Oh, I do. I'm actually curating my adult poetry collection at the moment, my contemporary poems. I have over 70 of them. So you find me as a child, and you age up with me as an adult, and I am there as a layer of support. My literature is meant to be a layer of support.
Now, we usually don't do this on this show, but would you be able to read one of these? Will we do the whole book or a couple pages? How would you suggest?
Oh, if you have time for me to go through the whole book, I'd love to
Let's
read
do
The
it.
Inclusive All.
21
okay,
pages.
Great.
Right.
It's a beautiful book with peacocks. Oh, it's dedicated to the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr.,
Nice.
The Inclusive All. And it goes like this. I found a place during a journey recent. It is a place so unique and exceptionally decent. I had never before found so special a place, although it did take a voyage into a distant space. You will notice that I have nothing but good things to write because my heart was buoyant and filled with delight. I assumed a stature sure and undistracted, as everything nice there organically interacted. I took it upon myself to go out and explore. I knew that anything was possible and more. There was nothing in my mouth to bemoan, as happiness played out a melodious tone. The tone relayed a message so inviting that I sang along at once with an energy igniting. If I had to choose a main thought to relay, it was how the fabulous colors drew attention their way. Who will now accompany me to the Inclusive All? It is just beyond yonder hill, down the gully, and over a wall. The end.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much for reading the book. First here on Briggs on Books is to have the author read a book, the entire book. Thank you. I'm just moved by what you do. I'm at a loss of words, especially after hearing one of them. And you say so much in just a little short period. We're way past time, Kelly Anne. What else would you like our viewers to know?
Just check me out. I have a few of the books on a YouTube channel. And just visit that YouTube channel, Kelly Anne Manuel, and view and subscribe. And just keep watching out for more from me. I am not even close to being done. I am just getting started. And I am a layer of support that I would hope people would want to check out.
Very good. Kelly Anne Manuel, you've moved me, you've inspired me, and I'm very excited about what you're doing. And for our viewers, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Briggs on Books right after this.
Thank you, Mike.